Hello and welcome to this Pentair Minutes to Proficient video. Today's topic, the wet end teardown of a Hypro ForceField pump. For today's demo, we will be tearing down the wet end of a Pentair Hypro 9310 series ForceField wet seal technology pump in our lab located in New Brighton, Minnesota. We hope you enjoy this video. The tools required to tear down the wet end of this pump include alcohol wipes, a dead blow hammer, a small socket or piece of PVC pipe, 2 flat screwdrivers. Additionally, this pump uses metric fasteners, so you'll need a 5mm Allen socket, a 13mm wrench, and a 17mm socket. Start by draining the fluid from the seal chamber. Next, use the 17mm socket to remove the 4 bolts from the casing. Remove the casing with the dead blow hammer. When you pry the casing out, be careful not to damage the O-ring groove. Next, remove the impeller nut. Use the 2 screwdrivers to pry off the impeller and remove the impeller key. Use the 5mm Allen socket to remove the bolts from the seal plate. It's a good idea to do this by hand to avoid stripping off the bolts. Lift the plate, being careful not to scratch the shaft. Remove the membrane. And the O-ring. Make sure to flush the seal chamber if it has been contaminated with chemicals. Use the 2 screwdrivers to remove the mechanical seal assembly. You've got to be careful not to scratch the shaft. The rear portion of the seal will come off after the motor is removed. Next, use the 13mm wrench to remove the motor mount and bolts. Once all 4 bolts are removed, turn the pump over, push on the flange, and this will release the other half of the seal. The stationary seal seat can be removed with a small socket or a piece of PVC pipe. Once removed, clean out any debris or residue that may be in the seal cavity. If necessary, use a wire brush to ensure that the sealing surface is clean. After cleaning the machined area, wipe it out with alcohol. At this point, if you're changing the mechanical seal only and not planning to repair the motor, polish out any scratches that may be along the shaft using a 300 to 600 grit emery cloth. Rotate the shaft while holding the sandpaper in a fixed position to avoid creating any new linear scratches along the shaft. Clean with alcohol after polishing. This completes the wet end teardown. Please see additional videos to see the teardown of the hydraulic motor or the rebuild of the wet end. Thank you and have a great day.